All right, welcome, 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 practical and comprehensible attendees. I am so excited to be with you here today. So, if you and I are just meeting each other face to face for the first time, what's up? My name's Devin, and I am the teacher content creator behind La Libre Language Learning, or La Libre Language Learning if you teach French. I used to teach both, and now I have the privilege of working as your behind the scenes champion to make your experience moving towards proficiency in a way that makes sense for you be really, really practical with real ideas that you can use tomorrow. And my favorite way to serve you is this time of year with my conference, Practical and Comprehensible. So guess what we're getting into today? If you're here, I know you're hanging out for the Bubble Bum All Access Pass live walkthrough. So what's going to happen today, as we're waiting for everybody to come in, do this for me. Can you please put in the comments below, number one, where are you watching from? Let's see who we got represented today. And number two, can you tell me if you can see and hear everything? I just had to check and make sure that everything was going correctly tech-wise for Zoom and such. So let me know that everything went through. So we want to make sure that it's all going good. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So friends, before we jump into everything, what I'm going to do, just to give you a little overview, is I'm going to share my screen with you and show you 4 pieces today. Number one, how to log in to your All Access Pass. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Hello. Thanks for joining us. So good. I'm glad that you guys can see and hear everything. One, I'm going to show you how to log into your All Access Pass, and a real handy link that I suggest that if you have an All Access Pass or a launch pad, because if you have a launch pad, then you also have an All Access Pass. I'm going to show you the easiest way to just keep track of your conference links. And the next thing I'm going to show you is what to expect when your All Access Pass opens in a few days, well, in 2 days on April 18th. And the next thing that I am going to show you is what a little sneaky peeky at what your presentations will look like and a little bit of the format. And then we're going to talk about some FAQs. And please, this entire time, put in the comments if you have questions about anything to do with your All Access Pass, or really the conference in general, because I know that sometimes you just want to ask a person about what you got going on with your stuff. But you know what? Let me also put this disclaimer while we're at it, is that you have an FAQ document, not only in this group, but I'm going to post this video to YouTube later. So if you're watching this later, then you will also see that there is a whole giant document, a PDF download that has every question that we usually get during conference time and some common answers to it. So check out that FAQ document if you haven't seen it yet. Now, let's get into this. All right, I'm checking here to make sure I see everybody. Let me say hi to the people we got here. Susanna's from Texas. Hello. And we got Leah from Michigan. Very cool. And we have Canada in the works. Awesome. Hey, y'all. I'm hanging out with you here from Charleston. So, and that's where I'm going to be coming at you from for this whole conference deal. So without any further ado, hello from Sweden. That's awesome. Oh, hey, Araceli, that is a familiar face as well. So here's what we got going on today. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get started. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Oh, and let me go ahead and I'm going to remember to record so that we got this for the futures. Okay, so let's go in and share first. You know what? I'm going to just go ahead and share my whole desktop so we don't have to toggle between things, because I have a couple things to show you here. All right. So the first thing that we're going to take a look at is this here. Can everybody see my screen? Looks like it. All right, cool. We're good. The very first thing that I want you to keep in mind is that this is an incredibly powerful conference platform that we have working with us today. If you have an All Access Pass or a Launchpad, both of them are hosted on this cool thing called Kajabi. And you'll see that K logo that we got up here, I'll make this bigger so not distracted by the other things on my desktop. And here you'll see that this is the major login screen. So if once you purchase both of these, or if you already have access to these, bookmark this website right here, because it will log you into everything for your library. It's lalibrelanguagellearning.mykajabi.com/login. And I'm going to use a dummy account to log in here. And all you need to do is hit sign in to get the goods. But I want to show you this login page. You might be asking, like, why are we doing this right now? But this is why. I get a lot of emails about this because it's a really common problem. Like, who can remember all their passwords, especially with, things like this that just pop up once a year. So to save you the trouble of all of the stress of password drama, if you click forgot password, it will reset your password for you by sending a new password link to your email here. You might also be asking, I don't even know what do you mean my account? The account that you have for your All Access Pass or your Launchpad is the email that you used to purchase your All Access Pass or your school used to purchase for you. If you are not sure what that email is, try the ones that you know. And if you hit a dead end, send me an email, help@lalibrelanguagelearning.com. I'll get you set up, no problem, because I can usually look it up by your name, but many of you have accounts under La Libre Language Learning with a couple different emails from different things that you've, free downloads that you've gotten. So if it doesn't work for you the first time, the next thing that I'm going to suggest to you is try a different email, because it's probably just under a different email. But that's my spiel for you for today. If you're having trouble logging in, is that use the one that you purchased, because you didn't set up any kind of crazy account. It's just the one that you purchased with, or the one that you already have an account with me under. All right. And the next thing that we're going to do is real simple. We're going to hit sign in. Boom. And it's going to take us to the magic area called the library. This is what you will see as soon as you log in. The very first thing I want you to notice about this magical website here is this bad boy, which is the app. If you are not aware of this, make sure that you are taking cool notes, because, well, you don't need to take notes about this, but grab your device that you would like to use for this and get the Kajabi app. It's completely free. And it's one of the main reasons why I put this conference on the Kajabi platform, because hello, you can watch the whole conference from your phone, which means that if you are watching a lot of these presentations at school on Thursday and Friday, if you need to sneak in presentations during your lunch break or at work, it's hella convenient to have it on your phone. So you can watch the entire conference, you can post comments, you can do everything on your phone to make it really easy. And the reason I think this is important to note for educators too, is that if you're like me and you had absolutely terrible Wi-Fi at many of the schools that you work at, or you have a really tricky firewall when it comes to, typing in emails and passwords, this app makes things so much easier. You can also, of course, do it on any device, like an iPad, or any kind of tablet. And you can also search the Kajabi app. This is how you get it. Search Kajabi in any of the app shops that you use and you will find it. Okay, so now that we got the check in the block to make sure that we get the app, let's take a look at how you even access the conference and a couple things to help you out as you are getting familiar with this whole webpage here. If you hit this icon here, store, this will take you to my storefront, which is handy if a couple people have asked me about this. If you want to get a previous conference pass, you can. You just hit the store icon and it will take you to all previous conference passes. Or if you'd like to go ahead and check out the Practical Proficiency Network membership, you can check out the prices before it opens up and get a little bit familiarized with it. Go for it. If you hit this button, library, it will take you right here. Login, obviously. And then this is your options button. If you need to do this, like if you're having issues, hit the log out button. Settings. This is where you can also adjust things, like if you want to change your customer picture up here, if you want people to see your face when you're making comments, or if you want to change the email that you normally use. Maybe you have an older account from 3 or 4 years ago. You've been going to this conference a couple of times and you want a new one. You can change that yourself in settings. You can also change your billing info. So if you know that you would like to purchase something in the future and you want to change your credit card or settings, anything like that, you can do all of that inside the settings option. You won't need to, though, if you're just doing the one-time purchase of an all access pass. I just wanted to make you aware that that's where you can find all of that info. You can also in settings go into your purchase history if you need to get a receipt, anything like that. The receipts that Kajabi sends you are not great. They are just very, or I guess I should say the payment platforms, they're not incredibly detailed. They will just give you the date and time of your purchase for your all access pass or your launch pad, and they will also give you, like the typical things you would see on a very, very plain receipt. So this is something that many educators need. If you need anything detailed talking about your conference access so that you can get reimbursement, just email me. I'll be happy to whip you up a more detailed receipt. We have plenty of those in store for you. Okay, so if you scroll down, this is where you will see all of the products that are available from my store, but this will look different for you because this is obviously all the things that I've made. You will see an all access pass right here for you. And then if you have a launch pad as well, it will be right up here somewhere. They are two separate products. I've gotten some questions about this, so let's clarify. The launch pad is an add-on bonus to the all access pass. So you will get not only everything in the all access pass, but the Launchpad bonus library is over $450 worth of resources to bolster your TPT library, your teaching workshops, a bunch of coupons to awesome products, things like that. And it's a lot of stuff, but it's only a $40 difference. So you're saving an incredible amount of money with this bonus library. And it will be added once you purchase it. It's another product right under here. To access your all access pass, all you gotta do is hit this button right here. Now, right now, this is probably what it looks like for you. There might even be nothing here. It might just say 0 out of 0 lessons completed. Why? Because everything opens up on April 18th at 9 a.m. So put that on your calendar because that's when you'll be able to open everything up and see all of the videos. So the exciting thing about using the all access pass is that this year you get the conference a few days early. The reason I'm doing this is because this year the conference falls during what many of you are experiencing as in-service teaching days. So I wanted to give you a chance and reward you for supporting the conference host and the conference presenters. I want to give you a chance to start consuming some of the content early in case you want to devote all of your attention to the live presentations. So that is why, and it's a really sweet bonus if you ask me. So when you jump in on here, it's going to look like this for now. Of course, if you need any help with your account, this is the place to do it. You will see as you go through the all access pass that there's places to comment. I can't help you if I don't have your account info. So just make sure you send me an email instead, that's my blanket statement for any kind of troubleshooting that you might need. If you click this here, this is going to give you a nice little intro to everything. This has the conference guide that we talked about here. And let's go ahead and jump over here for a second. Oh, okay, sure, why not? Let's go. This is a full FAQ. It's not specific to the all access pass, but this is what the FAQ document is. It's got the full schedule, the full shebang. Check out everything that you need here. It also has a lot of info about your PD certificates, that kind of deal. So you have that inside your all access pass as well as it's inside the Facebook group. So check that out. You'll see a couple important notices in here and some common things that you have here. Oh yeah, and I put this in here for you. So I recommend that you save this bookmark for your conference access. You see, I have a lot of bookmarks up here that are really easy for me. And Meredith White is going to be talking more about how to use Chrome effectively. Save this bad boy right here, this website for your login, and just put that somewhere in your favorites for the whole conference so that you don't have to juggle back and forth between it. Now, this is the part that I'm sure you're really interested in. Let's talk about the live class info. And oh, guess what? I made for you a whole walkthrough video as well, in case there's something that you'd like to revisit. So you'll have the full deal. Okay. If you have the all access pass, you're here. So I know that you have it. Then the first thing that you're probably wondering is, okay, let's get the full spiel on all of the live workshops. This is the schedule for the live workshops, and it's posted inside your all access pass, as well as the links have all been sent to you already. And once you purchase, there's also an auto email that goes out that has all of the stuff that you need. All of these important details, all of the times and the links, everything that you need is in there. So we will talk more about that later, because I actually have a little preview for you here. That's part of the sneaky peeky. Let's go into what this looks like right now. Oh, yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, okay, because this is my face right here. Boom. So, since we're talking about it, yeah, all right, so this is the full live schedule. Check it out, check it out, check it out. If you are part of the All Access Pass, then you have access to all of these, and they are only with the All Access Pass. So if you're watching this and you have free access right now and you're like, oh, those look nice, want to make you aware that the price of the All Access Pass changes. It increases by 25% tomorrow. So get your hands on this bad boy quickly before that goes up. But we have really cool stuff going on. Okay, let's talk about this schedule. You, as an all access pass owner, you have access to this inside of your dashboard, and it's been sent to you in an email. You've got it, don't worry. But let's take a little preview of all of these here so that you know what to expect and you can form your schedule. On day one, when everything opens up for everybody in the conference and we all get to party together, no matter how we're accessing the conference, it's going to be extra fun for you because you have 2 presentations to look forward to. The first one is with me at 4:30 p.m. EST. We are going to meet together and talk about this important topic, out of thin air, how to make magic happen with little resources or support. This is for you if you are like me, and every time that you have tried to do anything with comprehensible input, you have found a lot of barriers with not finding enough resources, having to ask for resources and not really getting a lot of response. So this one is for you on how to overcome that obstacle and how to live with that obstacle on a day-to-day basis and not have it be a burden on the joy that CI can still bring to the table. The next one is a must-see if you are working with novels and you want to really up your game. And this is with Jen and Terry, who are authors and world language teachers that are real experts on using novels, and it is an Ask Us Anything session. So it's 6 p.m. EST. All of these times are EST, East Coast time. This is very much a ask and answer kind of deal. So if you have questions, I'm going to show you in a minute how you can ask questions in advance. You can post them before this live meeting, and they would love to hear from you so that they can answer your questions live. That is on the first day, live day 1, and it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to be there. Oh, and another important thing to note about all of these is that these are all workshops that are hands-on, interactive, via Zoom. The format will differ depending on the content. So for me, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of teaching for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to have an open an open Q&A session. The whole thing will be 45 minutes total. With Jen and Terry, the whole thing is an Ask Us Anything, so the whole thing will be interactive. With Allison, on day 2, on Friday, this is for elementary teachers only, or if you're really, really interested in upping your clip chat game, because she's an expert in clip chats. So at 1 p.m., come and join us. We're going to be talking on Friday about clip chat for elementary, and a portion of that will be teaching, and much of it will also be answering questions and be interactive. Also, this is a question I've gotten a lot from people who have the All Access Pass, and that is, what if I'm not able to make this time? Don't worry. Everything's being recorded and will be uploaded to your All Access Pass portal within 24 hours. Like, give me some leeway because there's a lot of stuff going on during the conference, but no later than 24 hours, you'll have access to the recordings as well. And I'm hoping, I need some of that time too, because I'm hoping to also add closed captions to all of those live recordings as well, so that if you need to, you can watch them without sound and so that they're accessible to our entire community. Okay, on day 3, on Saturday, we really get hot and heavy with a lot of presentations, high impact ones. On day 3, on Saturday, we have on April 22nd, Grace is talking about a really important conversation, especially if you've hit this barrier before, and that is the work culture clash, when colleagues or admins show resistance to CI and how to respond. So this is an interview style session. I'm going to be asking her questions and she will be responding to them. And then we will also have time for your questions as well. So I'm really excited for that one. That is at 11 a.m. EST on Saturday. Jessie Felice from Spanish Swag is going to be talking to Spanish teachers, and much of this presentation is also in Spanish Spanglish. It's really, really fun. We're going to be talking about hook 'em with the beat and how to use hip hop. And that session is at 12:30 p.m. This is workshop style. So she will be teaching for a good bit. And then Jessie, if you're watching this later, feel free to correct me on this. We'll be workshopping for a good bit. She will be asking for your questions and your input during the entire workshop portion. And then there will be a time for questions as well. But this one will specifically be really she specializes in being an edutainer. So get stoked for that one. It's going to be fun. Sarah in the house at 4 p.m. We are working with French immersion teachers specifically. So this content is specifically for you. And French teachers, I would encourage you to show up for this one as well, especially if you want to see how it's done in the immersion atmosphere. This is for enseignant deuxième à la cinquième, la résolution de problèmes en manipulant. So Sarah specializes in teaching mathematics in the immersion environment. So I'm going to be hanging out with her at 4 p.m. This is a power-packed workshop style session. So this one is going to be about an hour, and we will have time for like a little bit of time for questions at the end. That is much more a workshop style. And if you're still on the call, let me know if you want to add any details about that too, Sarah. Thanks for showing up. Happy to have you. On Sunday, day 4, we've got another power pack schedule because Sunday is when we have a lot of people who will be able to join us. Oh, Sarah, thank you. So there's a 50-page resource for you for French immersion teachers inside of the Launchpad. So check out that offering from Sarah. If you want more details about that, head to the offerings page and you'll be able to see it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. All right, yeah. Day 4 on Sunday, we have a teacher well-being. This is a reflection workshop. So there's downloads for you to check out before you go. But of course, like don't let that hold you back if you're thinking that you got to do homework for this. It's not like that. It's just that there's already materials that you can look at. So once your stuff opens on April 18th, I would go check out Meg's session and see what the teacher well-being reflection journal looks like so that you can see what you guys are going to be talking about during this session, because it is a reflect as you go type session. This one at 12 p.m. EST with JJ Epperson is going to be epic. This is also an interview style. Her and I are going to be doing an interview where I'm going to be asking her the things about what the heck is going on, and she will give me a lot of brain-based science to help you with what it means to teach post-shutdown students. Juicy, right? Connie's workshop is going to be we're all going to get schooled on TPR, hands-on workshop style, very, very hands-on style. We're going to be working the whole time. So if you are new to TPR, or I would say this is also very much friendly for intermediate and advanced teachers. If you've done some TPR before and you're looking for ways to expand and broaden your reach, this one is definitely for you, because Connie's an expert CI teacher coach and has been doing it for a long time. So she knows how to dial into your level and give you advice that works really well for you. So this one is all about TPR, and we're going to be able to all practice with each other during this live workshop. So come at 4:15. This one is about an hour, and plan for you to be on, like webcams on, all that good stuff the whole time. And this will, of course, be recorded, but the recording will be slightly different because there will be breakout rooms and stuff. And then the last one, we're going to wrap it up with Amy Marshall and JJ Epperson are going to be doing a collaborative advice column style workshop on getting started with CI. So how this is definitely for beginners. If you are just starting on your journey, or if you're like in the intro stages, or even if you've like dropped off for a little bit and you're looking to get back into it, no shame in that game. We've all been there. This is hard. This is why we're all here. So at 6 p.m., we're going to be hanging out with Amy and JJ, and they're going to give you 2 different advices and contexts on how to get started with this. And there will also be a lot of time for questions during that. So get stoked for that one. All right, that is the live schedule. What can I help clarify for you in that? Let me know if you got anything in the chat for me. The next thing that I wanted to show you is this one right here. Let's jump in and see what this is. Oh, this is what we were just looking at, right? All right, so then we need to go to this one. Are you guys ready for the sneaky peeky? All right, so this is what your All Access Pass will look like once you get access on the April 18th. So you will open up your All Access Pass and you will click on just start conference or like start lessons, and it will take you to this. I'm going to stay on this webpage just because it's in a special format so that I can give you a little sneak peek, but this is how it works. Here's a couple tricks for you to make this especially awesome. So you click the play button, boom, 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 conference starts playing. We'll go to the middle here so you can see here. This is Dr. Camille Anderson and I doing an interview session, and she's laying a bunch of brilliance on us about her book, which you can check out here. And let me just pause something for you and show you something magical. If you click this button here, CC, that is closed captions. You can turn them on so that if you need to, you can watch this without sound, but also so that it will be accessible for everybody. And the other magic part about this is that you can search inside the video. I have not used that yet, but I'm hoping that in Kajabi, it's pretty cool. The other thing that you can do is you can make this full screen. The other magical thing that you can do is change the speed. This is especially useful if you are trying to get through a lot of presentations in one day. Like this, when you do this to all presentations, if you're like me and you don't mind hearing people's voices sound a little bit like Mickey and Minnie Mouse, then you can get through a lot more content in a much shorter time, especially if you're trying to squeeze things in between a lunch break. So like, look at our crazy faces at 1.5, but you'll be able to see a lot more of the information go through faster. It's a game changer. People swear by it. So I want to make sure that you know that that option is available to you. And this is all the good stuff that you have to look forward to on day 2. Look at all of these. It's amazing. The presentations are not in any particular order. They are just spread out day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, so that you have a nice mix of topics each day. So I would check out the full schedule and make sure that you have circled the ones that you would like to make time for each day, because you're probably not going to be able to see everything right during the conference. That's the benefit of having the All Access Pass like you do. You can watch some live during the conference and you can save some for later. I want to make sure that I direct you to this section here. Underneath the conference presentation itself is a lot of important information. There's gifts from the speakers. There is a giveaway for everyone here. If you have purchased an All Access Pass, you can get yours reimbursed if you tag me and use the hashtag practical and comprehensible. You can win a bunch of awesome, sweet prizes. And then you can, why did that word just escape me? Oh, connect. You can connect with the speakers here using all of these links. And the number one thing I want you to know here is that you can comment below if you have questions for the speakers, if you'd like them to address something, if you want to shout them out for how amazing their presentations were. That's the place to do it. Okay. we have another thing that I wanted to show you here. Oh, this is an example of a previous all access pass. So this is what it looks like when everything is done from the conference. This is what yours will look like on April 24th when all is said and done. So there's a speaker panel. It will be live inside this Facebook group. You will see the recording here. I will upload the recording to your all access pass in case you are not able to see it during the actual broadcast time. But that is 3 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday during the conference. What else did I wanted to show you on here? Oh, the PD certificate. I get a lot of questions about this every year. So let's go ahead and address those now, because I know this is very important to a lot of you here. Your PD certificate for this year is worth 30 hours if you are in the all access pass, 35 plus hours if you are in the Launchpad, because there's additional material in there. This is what it looks like. This is just a picture of it, but it is a very simple certificate of completion. It has my signature on it, and it has a place for you to put your name. If you need more than that, I'm happy to help verify your attendance for your district or school needs. It is your responsibility to look up what those needs are and then send them to me, and I'd be happy to comply. I've gotten a couple questions about, is this university credit? Not currently at this time. I'm hoping to get that for next year. Is this going to work for certain clock hours for certain states? And the answer is, I can provide you with the certificate. You let me know if it meets that, because I do not know all the states' different requirements, because frankly, I have tried my best to make things work for the entire country of the United States, let alone the international atmosphere. But it's kind of odd how each state has very different requirements for what works for PD. So I can't do individual state requirements, but we're working our very best to make it as easy for you to get the PD credit that you need. So let me know what your individual needs are, and I will be happy to accommodate as best I can. Please put in the comments below any questions that you have about the PD certificate. Oh, number one question I also get too is, when does it get published? It will be published on Monday, on April 24th. Do you need to watch all of the videos live in order to get the PD certificate? No, you will get the PD certificate. It will be available to you as long as you have an all access pass by that date. You will have access to it, and you can download it anytime that you need to. And this is an example of the Launchpad bonus library. This is the last thing that we'll talk about here in our walkthrough here, and then we will be done. So here you can see how this Launchpad bonus library looks a lot like your all access pass, but the difference is that when you jump in here, you will see, let's go into, we'll go into this one here because it'll be simple, that when you click on this, it will be a lot of links for you. It will be downloads for you, and a lot of things to help show you how to use the different resources. That's how this Launchpad library works. So when that opens up, please feel free to put a comment below or let me know if you have any questions about the Launchpad, but it's really exciting. I can't wait to show you all the things that are in there on April 18th. Okay, my people, that is what we have for our walkthrough of the Launchpad and of the All Access Pass and everything that you need to know about how to access it. So I'm going to check here and make sure that we are all good. Looks like we are. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been a pleasure to hang out with you today. And if any other questions come up as you are browsing through this video, maybe live or later, let me know and I would be happy to answer them. But thank you again so much for being here and for being a part of this conference and for supporting me, my work, and the work of all the awesome speakers that are here today to bring you this really powerful PD program. There is truly nothing like it anywhere else in our space. So I'm really proud to be a part of it. As a final parting note, if you are watching this before April 17th at 4 p.m. and you do not yet have an all access pass, but this stuff looks really cool to you, the price is going up 25%. So don't miss out on that sweet discount if you want it. But otherwise, I will see you at our next live event. Is going to be, let me look at my schedule. tomorrow, Monday, April 17th at 6:30, we're going to be hanging out again for another live. What are we doing? We're doing a schedule preview. So we're going to be talking about all of the on-demand content that's going to be available. And that presentation is for everybody. Free access, on-demand access. We're going to be talking about all the presentations. All right. I will see you there. Thanks, y'all. Have an awesome rest of your day. Ciao for now.